Yeah. Yeah, we've
Right.
had at least probably 4 or 5 off, right?
Mhm. So, I mean, it is what it is. All right, let's see here. Come on, baby. We are live.
We are live.
Beyond the Scoreboard podcast, episode 19. Sponsors. Adcraft.
We're repping
Athlete.
Fatley. Yeah, I can think of the name.
Dude, got it going tonight, dog. Feeling good.
You work today too?
What's that?
What's up? Did you work today?
On there. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I'm off tomorrow because I'm work Friday for Ray. So
Nice.
I haven't worked, dude. I haven't worked a Friday in like almost 4 years.
Jeez.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll work.
Tough gig there.
I know, man. I mean, I really wish it was. I just worked Monday and Tuesday and had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Nice.
Work 2 days a week, get paid for 40 hours. I'd be all right with that.
Oh yeah.
Wait like another minute.
Yeah, no problem.
Might have 1 or 2 on.
I'll say mine says 0 right now, but it's a nice day. It's nice out. So
they don't. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's Father's Day.
That too. Yep.
I'm surprised you didn't say let's take it off since you took off Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also my anniversary too.
So dude, are you serious?
Probably should have taken it off. Yeah, but yeah.
Was wifey okay with that?
Yeah, I think she's good with it.
It's kind of, I mean,
she didn't say otherwise, but Father's
Day and then anniversary, man. Yeah.
Yeah. It's our 8th anniversary to my beautiful wife Shelby. So we still gotta get her on the podcast. And
we do
working on that.
We got to get her on.
Do a little coach's wife thing, and let her do her thing on here. Maybe she may not do like the whole podcast, but maybe we can get her on like a little segment.
Sure. Yeah, whenever you want to do it, let me know. Yeah. Let's get a pop.
Be up to her. I'd do it anytime, but
I'll convince her if she doesn't want to.
All right.
You want to roll?
You may have to for me. Yeah, let's ready to roll. Here we go.
I got you. For sure.
All right. So we are Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. This is episode number 19 already here with us. Make sure you follow our pages, Facebook, Twitter, X, whatever it's called now. We have our sponsors we want to thank. Fatley, Stenda's representing the looks like the Big Ben one you got on there?
Actually, this is just my Pirates one.
Oh, that's just your Pirates one. Okay, I thought that was a Fatley.
Yeah, that's Fatley though.
Oh, it is. Okay, it is. All right, cool. And then I got the Fatley Beyond the Scoreboard repping here, and then we also have Adcraft with some T-shirts. If anybody needs anything, let us know. We'll hook you up. Also, it is Father's Day, so wish every father, dad out there that is watching or will watch after we post, happy Father's Day. And I also mentioned it too. It's also anniversary with my wife Shelby and I, our 8th anniversary today. So shout out to her and for her for keeping me grounded and basically running everything and doing it so well in my life. I would be lost without her. So yeah, so those are our thanks and everything there.
I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Did you get her a gift?
Well, so we don't really give each other gifts for anniversary anymore.
Sure.
I did get her a necklace it was a month or so ago, Mother's Day. So kind of counted it toward that. But yeah, we don't really do gifts. We're not really those type of people that need to have a gift for every anniversary or birthday, different things like that. Father's Day, Mother's Day. We just appreciate each other every day and love each other and go that route right there.
Love it.
Ben Irwin's already chiming in here.
What's he saying?
So we every other Sunday, me and a group of guys, we go up against sometimes Ben's in this group that we play 9 holes of golf against. We usually go to either Fulton or another course around here, and we play like a best ball. And Ben's been there twice, and he's beat us both times, so he's rubbing it in with the cheer up. Coit, it wasn't that bad of a loss this morning. We were 2-0. There he goes. He's just gonna keep chiming in. We might have to lock him out of this conversation somehow. But
here's the thing with Ben. I know he's on it. He talks a lot of smack, and I hate admitting this, but he can back it up because he's good at sports. It's like he can back it up. So
you don't need to inflate his head anymore.
I know. I don't like saying it, but I got to. I'm a fair and reasonable guy, so
yeah,
got to give it to him. But yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I've never actually like golfed with him, but he was hitting some good shots because they were playing behind us today, and he's hitting some good ones. But on hole 9, he almost chipped one in from there, probably about 70 yards out, and he hit it like a foot from the hole. So yeah, he played well. But yeah, I don't like to admit that either, especially since we lost to him again. But we'll get him one of these Sundays for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we just have fun. We go out in the morning and hit some golf balls and play 9 holes, hang out. Usually after they decided to play 9 more, so they couldn't, which is all right because I didn't have to listen to Ben rub it in anymore, so it's all good. All right, you want to get into the topics here, Stenda?
Let's get it popping, my man.
All right, first topic of conversation we're going with is the Trevor Lawrence deal that he just got from the Jacksonville Jaguars, a 5-year, $275 million contract for $55 million a year. I wrote down here it's like $200 million guaranteed, $142 million at the signing. Insane. Give me your thoughts on the deal for a guy like Trevor Lawrence here, Stenda.
I mean, I almost feel like we already know, we both feel the same way about this.
Probably. I'll let you go first though, because I have my thoughts.
You already know. God, I could maybe like process this if it was Kirk Cousins, because at least Kirk Cousins has longevity in the NFL. He's had some winning seasons. He's had really good statistics. I'll just note what you put here because I'm going off of what you put down.
Yeah.
20 and 30 in his career. Yeah. So you're 10 games below 500 and you're going to be the highest paid quarterback or tied
ever.
And on top of it, Joe Burrow earned his contract, at a short time after his first year. I think wasn't his second year. Didn't he go to that was when he went to the Super Bowl?
Burrow. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Minus the injuries. I mean, here's just all I'm going to say, because I feel like we've kind of talked about these contracts before. You talk about what does this do to the NFL and the market? Well, it's an inflated market, obviously, overpaid. It's unreasonable. How do some of these organizations that don't have the money, how can they compete? And then I think it's just showing how unimportant certain positions are, like the running back position. They're just saying, we pay a quarterback. We'll pay a guy the most ever that's never won for us. He's never won. He's never done anything. One playoff win, whip-de-doo, who cares? 1-1, 20 and 30 in his career. I just think that what that sets for Eric McDonald, which he's a Jaguars, God bless his heart, but get the hell out of here, man. It's one of the worst. It's ridiculous. He has proved nothing to be. He's not even a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. I'm sorry, he's not. And if you can't prove yourself, why are they paying these guys this absurd money when they have proved nothing whatsoever? So I just think it takes away from the market of definitely the running back position, and we've talked about that before. And then just again, for all the other positions that they have to upgrade, offensively, defensively, and special teams, when you're paying a guy $55 million a year, that there's going to be guys you're going to lose out on re-signing because you can't make it work because you don't have the money. I don't know. I think it's again, just what does it do to the market and the game? It's like you're solely saying that the quarterback is is it the most important? Sure it is, but is somebody of that caliber worth that kind of money when he hasn't proved anything? So
yeah, I know. When I saw that come across, I was shocked by Eric McDonald. The salary cap isn't real. I was actually going to bring that up. Like, I don't know how there can even be a salary cap when you're signing guys for this much money. It's wild. And going back to kind of what you said, like I agree. I don't think Lawrence he's probably not a top 15 quarterback, maybe 15. I don't know. We could go through the list.
15.
We could go through the list of NFL teams. We can probably name at least 14 better quarterbacks. And the other thing is, I put it in our notes here. He has 60 turnovers in 3 seasons. Trevor Lawrence does. He's played 3 years and he has 60 turnovers.
So
he has 21 fumbles lost. He's lost 21 fumbles in 3 seasons, and he's thrown 39 interceptions.
So you're saying in 3 years, 13 picks, averaging 13 picks a year, which
and averaging 7 lost fumbles a year.
Yeah, come on. And again, when you're talking about, yes, it is a pass heavy league, but I mean, those, yeah, I don't know.
And you're 1-1 in the playoffs. Like, and you shouldn't even won that game because the Chargers were up big and they came back and won it. But
sure,
man, I don't know. Like then you look at guys like Dak Prescott. He's got a deal coming up. What's he gonna make? You know what I mean? He's better. He's better than probably Trevor Lawrence, right? Wouldn't you agree?
No. Hell, Dak, I think you have to argue Dak's a top 10 inside a top 10 quarterback.
Production wise in the regular season, yes.
Sure.
Postseason, maybe not. No. but yeah, I mean, I could not believe the money that they're just throwing on these guys. Like you said, like then where do the Jaguars go from there? Like if the salary cap is real, how do they pay other guys? Like how do they pay their receivers, their D linemen, like it's weird. It's just wild. I don't know.
I'm with you. I just don't get, like you said there, how do you pay the other important positions to obviously have the all-around team build around them, right? Yeah. Kind of like, they did with like Tom Brady and those guys. You get all the players that fit the mold. I mean, you're just basically saying, like you said, it's setting everybody else up, like you said, Dak. Well, if you're going to pay Trevor Lawrence $55 million a year, how could Dak Prescott not make the argument and say, well, I'm worth $65 million a year?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's been in the league a lot longer, and he's had longevity and a lot of, like you said, statistically, I mean, it just doesn't. Whoever, like I said, he must have one hell of a freaking, what do you call him, an agent? And that agent has to have some dirt on somebody in that organization where he can be like, hey, you either pay him or we're going to expose you. Like,
yeah,
that's crazy.
It is wild. So yeah, I just can't wait to see what these other guys get. Like when their deals come up, just wild stuff. Wild.
Who do you, and they I've watched some of their games last year. I mean, they actually have a pretty decent team. That ET at the running back.
Yeah.
They've got a good offensive line.
Their defense is solid. I mean,
I think, they got a good team, but I mean, I would think there you would be looking at with a guy like Lawrence Young, who came out of Clemson. I think this is what I honestly think, and you can dissect this. I think they are paying him based on what he did at Clemson. That's all they're looking at. They're like, oh, he hasn't done terrible in the NFL. Well, statistically, look at it. Yeah, he kind of has record-wise, turnovers, which are huge in the NFL. What do you think? I mean, I kind of feel like they're just going off of Clemson because he hasn't. It's only been a few years.
I don't know. I would like to think that like NFL GMs and owners are smarter than that, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I like how many times have you seen like college success doesn't translate to professional success in a lot of situations, you know?
Sure.
Look at like guys like Johnny Manziel.
Sure.
I mean, he was freaking in college was the man, you know, like setting all kinds of records and first freshman to win a Heisman, and then he did not pan out in the NFL. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I'm not, I guess, disagreeing with that. I mean, that could be something because he lost like 1 or 2 games in college, something like that.
Yeah.
So it could be like, hey, he's a winner. He's going to win. We want to keep him. And he could maybe down the road be a top 10 quarterback. I don't know. We'll see. But right now he's not. And he's getting that kind of money. So I don't know. Wild stuff.
Yeah. I was actually, I thought he was only 142 guaranteed, but it's crazy that you have the 200 million guaranteed and then 142 million fully at signing. What's he got here? T-Law played hurt the last week and should have this sat 3 weeks. He won. Natty is under 25. The league is changing with everyone retiring. He is top. He's not McDonald. I'm just going to stop there. He's not top 10, my man. Kenny Pickett. I would take get out of here. Just stop. Okay, quit. He's not top 10. I'll give him top 15. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, I could name probably 10 quarterbacks better than him right now.
Yeah, like, I agree with yes.
I mean, Hurts, Mahomes, Allen, Love,
Burrow, Jackson, Russell Wilson.
You could even argue like Brock Purdy.
Sure, absolutely, Brock
CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud. Geez, I'm sure I'm missing somebody. But yeah, it's just wild. Justin Herbert.
Oh, Dak Prescott all day long over.
They're better than Trevor Lawrence, but I don't know Eric McDonald, but he must be a big Jags fan, huh?
He isn't. I will say this: he does. He know. I mean, he's a diehard fan, kind of like we are. You Bears and Steelers. He definitely. I mean, he's not somebody that's just talking out of his behind, but I think there. I mean, again, probably being a fan. Again, maybe he turns out to be a like you said, a top 10. I don't see it now. Like you said, I mean, we obviously come up with those names right now and say who's better. I don't think that he's a top. I would say it would be really generous to say he's a top 15 quarterback right now.
Yeah. I mean, like Tua's probably better. I'm just thinking other guys as coming to my head, but
Tua's better.
Yeah.
But, maybe they see something. I don't know. Somebody saw something in him. Clearly that organization did. And I don't know.
I mean, he could prove us wrong. We'll see, but I don't know.
I'm going to give this to Eric and we can move on, Coach. I would take Mark Brunell over Trevor Lawrence. And I liked Mark Brunell. Hey. He was a good quarterback.
Yeah. A lefty.
Yeah, he was a lefty. Yeah.
Well, he took them to the championship game, right? Or I don't think they went to the Super Bowl with him, but I know it was championship game. But
they went. So yeah, he was. They did.
Brunell was
they have like Keenan McCardell and all him. I think Keenan McCardell.
Yeah. The Jag starter jackets. I remember those.
Yeah, man.
Titans.
That'd be
a
good one, though. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I just.
All right. Speaking of quarterbacks, next topic here. Tom Brady got inducted into the Patriots Hall of Fame. got his Patriots number 12 retired. They're going to put a statue up outside of Gillette Stadium of him as well. Made an exception. Usually it's like 5 years before they do this for the Patriots, but Brady they put in right away. It was a big like hoorah speculation type thing, and I think I read somewhere that like more than 60,000 people were in attendance for this, which is insane. And I don't know if you saw his speech that he gave. It was all over social media after that. There was like a 2-minute blurb of it on a bunch of stuff. And I'm probably, as a football coach, I'm probably going to show it to the football team when we start practice. I was probably, honestly, and I'm not like Tom Brady's number one fan or anything, but it was probably one of the better speeches I've heard from a NFL or a professional athlete before. Just how he literally saying he encourages everyone to play football because it's hard, and you have to you have to be able to stay consistent and disciplined. What else? I put it down here so I don't butcher it, but so to be successful, he says the truth is you don't have to be special. You just have to be what most people aren't, and that's consistent, determined, and willing to work for it.
Sure.
That's just kind of the thing where nowadays people just kind of think, they can just show up and they're going to be the guy, or they're going to be the best athlete on the field or court or whatever. And obviously you have to put the time into it. The other thing is with the consistency and the determination is a big thing I see a lot nowadays too, is because maybe like a kid, well, you use like weight room, for example. They may show up consistently for the first week or two, and then after the 2 weeks, nowhere to be found. So, they're not consistent. So they're not going to get to that level that they need to be or they want to be because they're not determined, not consistent. So I just thought the speech was awesome. It was really good. A lot of good things there. I don't know what you thought of the whole speculation of all those people and all the interviews and all that for a guy literally just getting inducted to a team Hall of Fame and not the NFL Hall of Fame, but maybe a little excessive, but just thought the speech was good, and I don't know what you thought of it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on it, man. I think you kind of hit all that on the head. I mean, you imagine 60,000 fans. You imagine what his enshrinement's going to be for the actual NFL Hall of Fame.
Yeah, be wild.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I think that it goes to show how great people really believe, and they know he is. There's a lot of haters over his career because he won all the time. But I think at the end of it, there's a lot of people now that are coming out like, you just can't, I think he is the GOAT hands down. Longevity, accolades, statistics, Super Bowls, you name it. I think he kind of defied the odds, coming into the NFL, size, not being accustomed to the weight room and those things. He just found a way that worked for him. So you would kind of think more people would kind of follow what he does. You know what I mean? Like, but it's kind of like I always saw it with him and Bill Belichick. And I don't know what you think about this. The system that they had, getting the system type players that filled the roles and never spending a ton of money at wide receiver position. They would with offensive line, skill guys. Why did more organizations follow what they did? Because I think that was a big part in why they were successful.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. And obviously Belichick was a really good coach too, and X's and O's and getting the most out of his guys. But I mean, their model was just, perfect for those years that Brady was there. And I don't know if anybody will win 7 Super Bowls. Do you think that'll ever happen?
No, and I know everyone's saying Pat Mahomes, but I don't.
What's he got? 3?
He got 3.
3?
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe, but
it's 4 more.
Yeah. And he's going to start losing some guys. Kelsey's about done, and yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know if anybody will ever be able to do what he did, but did you ever watch Man in the Arena with Tom Brady?
I don't think so. No.
It was a series. It's called Man in the Arena. It was really good. It was, and it would have like different, like Gronk was on one episode, like Randy Moss, Rodney Harrison. They're just talking about different games and different seasons and kind of behind the scenes look. It was really cool.
Sure.
I don't know what it's on, like as far as what streaming device or whatever you have for cable or whatever, but
It's all legal.
or whatever. Yeah, I wasn't gonna say it, but um, so check it out if you have time. You and your lady friend there.
I love how you try to keep a straight face, take a drink of the water. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
man, it's
yeah.
all right.
Hey, you're a cop. I don't know what I can and can't say with that kind of stuff. So
Plead the fifth, my man. Plead the fifth.
never know who's watching. So you
Never know.
gotta be ready, man. So then that's a good segue into what we want to talk about next here is I know a lot of people watch the Quarterback on Netflix with they followed Mahomes and Cousins and Mariota. And I think that was it. Was there one more? I can't remember now. But anyway, they're coming out with a receiver now where they're going to follow Justin Jefferson, George Kittle, Debo, I believe Amron St. Brown, and there's one more. Oh, Devontae Adams. So if people that are listening don't know what we're talking about, basically they're following these receivers and they're going through kind of like how they prep for games, kind of their workouts, what they're doing. They're mic'd up during games, mic'd up after. Also gets their family involved and kind of just how they live their life and how they go through the season. So I love watching stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's coming out in a couple of weeks, I believe, like July 10th, I think is the first episode. So what are your thoughts on it, Stenda? Are you going to tune in? You going to watch? Do you have Netflix or
I got the old Netflix. I'll watch it.
Didn't know if that was in your budget or not.
Come on, man. I'm a frugal guy. All right.
All right.
I'm a frugal guy. But yeah, I didn't watch the Quarterback one, but I saw bits and pieces.
Good.
Yeah. It's like I think you got a good note here about seeing the different light, seeing just how they prepare.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing, honestly, watching this stuff, and would you agree, like it's good for people to watch it because they think that, like, I think there's a lot of people that don't really know sports. They think like, oh, they're just so God gifted and they don't have to do anything.
Right.
Like they think like it's not like even like Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers and Debo Samuel, those guys, like they're pushing their bodies to the limits. And I don't think even like Antonio Brown, he's one of the hardest workers. I mean, even teammates said that, like he was a dog. I think these people think, oh, they just make all this money and they party in the offseason. I'm like, no, they might do some of that partying. Sure. They've earned that. But damn well they're in the tip-top shape. Like their bodies go through such a grind that I think you like to hope that more people watch it and see like, wow, it's a full-time job. Like that's why they're getting paid all that money.
Yeah. And then that Quarterback, they show them working out and stuff and what they're doing during the season. But the other crazy thing is the mental part of it too. Like, I know on the Quarterback one, like Mariota's wife is literally like, they're like studying together. They're studying the playbook together. And I'm like, and he's reading stuff back to her to make sure it's right. Cousins has like, recordings of like the plays that they put in for the week, and on his way to the facility is like playing the recording so he knows how to like say the play and kind of the verbiage of it, and just crazy the time and the mental aspect of it as well. And it's cool to see like the support from their family and them helping them out and knowing that they have to do that as well. So I'm looking forward to this one too. Should be good. George Kittle is hilarious. He's really good in front of a camera and a mic. He when he's done playing, he probably find an acting job somewhere, I'd imagine, or something like that. But But yeah, should be good. Looking forward to it. Be tuning in for sure.
Give me I've heard, like I'm sure John Gruden give like a play call.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Could you just give me like a basic play call you would give? Just say it's a run. Something, just a basic, like the
Like
difference.
you want a lot of verbiage or like a short one?
Like, do you have like some that are like super long where like kids are like, what the hell?
Well, most of ours are like, so like our run play we run the most is called Georgia.
Okay.
So it's Georgia right, Georgia left.
Yeah.
We'd be formation call, but if we add like motions or so there's one where we go like doubles, slot fire or slot rock fire motion, Georgia right bash. So like that's back away quarterback keeping type thing. So there's some that they can get long. But I try not to do that in a lot of plays just because then it starts to get with high school kids, they start to like, wait, what did you just say?
Sure.
But most of ours are pretty that's why we do a lot of college names. Because if you read like an NFL or you hear an NFL call, like they're yelling like, or they're saying like formation, they're saying pass protection, they're saying like every position receiver wise what they're doing, like X banana, Y corner, Z stop, and then 60 is like the pass protection or whatever. But then they got motion tags if those are on there too. So I try to keep it pretty I mean, I'm actually trying to find a play sheet right now on my computer, but yeah, so we try to do that so we don't have all that verbiage out. But like here's one, deuce snug slot gangster fire X Georgia right is probably one of our longer ones.
Yeah.
But most of them are like trips right X now.
Sure.
So we're trips right, we're throwing a now to the X receiver. That's it, So yeah, we try not to get too crazy with it, but when you start adding motions and different things like that, you have to tag the guy that's going in motion, and you have to say it or else they're not going to know. But yeah, we don't get too crazy with the verbiage. And most of our quarterbacks are able to figure it out pretty quickly.
Sure.
And it's like
wristband.
Sorry, go ahead. What's up?
They probably have wristbands anyways, don't they?
Well, we just quarterback does. Quarterback reads the play. And like the linemen know, like they know what's a run, what's a pass. And then I hope like an opposing team isn't listening too much, but like if it's a pass, our quarterback will call the protection. So if it's a drop back pass, we have a certain word we say for that drop back pass. If it's a rollout pass, there's a certain word we say for that, like in the play. So the linemen know, okay, this is a pass. I'm just in our regular protection here, or this is the pass and we're rolling to the right, then we're going into that protection type thing. So so we don't actually say the protection in the play, I guess. So it's a little different, but
sure.
But yeah, that's kind of how we roll it there.
I like it. I like gangster.
But yeah, no, we don't have any. What's that?
When you throw in gangster in your play calls, that's you're a real OG then.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, we do have some weird names though too. And then like we will like if we have a certain play for a certain kid, we'll just say like it'd be like Stenda special. Like say the formation and then whatever it is, be like Stenda special so they know.
Right.
We try to have some fun with it, but yeah, that's how we roll it.
Doing it big up there.
No John Gruden play calls though, that's for sure.
I heard him like one time and I'm like, how would you even be able to remember that?
It's like the Chris Sims video.
Yeah.
You've probably seen that one where he's like, he can't figure out how to say the play, and Gruden's just like pissed. He's like, say it again. No, it's not that. I'm like,
Oh man,
Like
dude, I felt
I can't
bad
even
for him in
repeat
that
it.
video.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great video though. It's
It is for
hilarious.
sure.
All right. So I added on this. I don't know if you saw it, Cinda. I'm pretty sure I sent it to you, but I went to the Cubs Cardinals game on Friday. My wife and my son, we went into the big city and checked. This first time Knox had been at Wrigley Field, so and then when I was thinking of things to put on the agenda, I kind of thought of. I know you've been to some sports stadiums.
Sure.
Could be NBA, NFL, MLB. Go ahead and share some of the stadiums you've been to, and I can share some of mine and kind of give our thoughts on which stadium you liked, didn't like, and go from there.
Man. So NFL,
Hard.
I've been obviously Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, uh, Baltimore, which is M&T Bank, and then Cleveland, the Dog Pound.
Mhm.
I've been to Kansas City, and then Indianapolis, and then the Vikings Stadium. And I think that's it. NFL.
Yeah.
And then NBA, I've been to the Cleveland Cavaliers, Chicago Bulls, and then MLB would be Sox, Cubs, Cardinals, Twins, Pirates,
Okay.
and I think that's it for MLB. Um,
Not bad.
but favorite NFL, honest, God, you
Are
know
you
where I
gonna
love
say
going is no, I love going to Cleveland because
really?
because Pitt playing them, oh, they beat the piss out of
Yeah.
them, and they're the worst fans. So probably going to the Dog Pound, and then NBA, the Bulls, like you just can't beat United Center.
Yeah.
MLB Pirates Stadium, PNC Park. I don't know if you honestly, if you ever
Never
get a
been there.
chance to go, it's it is like it is like the most beautiful park ever. Like overlooks
Okay.
the entire city. Like you don't even have to be a Pirates fan. Like just going there and the atmosphere is pretty
Yeah.
sweet. So I enjoyed that.
Yeah. That's one. That's one I'd like to go to sometime for sure. Pittsburgh one. PNC.
Pirates, Cubbies.
Yeah. Um. So for me, I've only NFL. I've only been to Soldier Field
Okay.
and the old RCA Dome, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah.
Not
Remember
their
that?
new one, but their old stadium. Those
Yep.
are the only two I've been to for NFL.
Okay.
Um, NBA, Bulls. I've been to a Pacers and a Bucks. I'm
Bucks.
pretty
Okay.
sure the only three. Um, and then I've been to quite a bit of baseball ones. I've been to obviously Wrigley, Cubs, Sox, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Colorado, Tampa Bay,
Ooh.
Milwaukee, and I've been to the old RFK Stadium, the Nationals, old stadium that was just a complete dump. That
Yeah.
place was one of the worst places I've ever been to. Um, but yeah, that would be it for me. NFL, obviously, I'm going Soldier Field, my Bears.
Sure.
NBA, Bulls, of course. MLB, I don't know. I love going to Wrigley Field. I'm Cubs fan, but just seeing like walking in and seeing the ivy, when it's all green, and it's just so nostalgic and old school. Love it. I really like Cincinnati. I went there with my dad last year, and we had a great time. And it was a really cool ballpark, cool city. So that was fun. But yeah, that's kind of there. When I was there on Friday at Wrigley, kind of the other thing that I've mentioned on here is tickets. Like price of tickets are not terrible, but like concessions and like I had a couple of beverages, and
Yeah.
those are like $13-14 for one, and I'm like, holy cow. And then even like a hot dog is like $7 or $8. It's just crazy how much that stuff is. But obviously with giving guys $275 million of contracts. You gotta make the money somewhere in those stadiums. But what are your thoughts? Would you rather go to a game, watch a game on TV, or what? Doesn't matter for you?
Well, baseball, I mean, definitely in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you're right. Honestly, as much as I hate the Cubs, you can't go wrong with their stadium.
Yeah.
And have you ever done the rooftop?
I have done the rooftop before. I did it when I was in college. It was a good time.
Bet you had a good time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. It's a cool view of the game too. Super cool.
Yep. Man, I've done it twice, and I tell you what, both times I don't remember a whole lot afterwards. Because
yeah. Well, a lot of them are they have like all you can eat, all you can drink type deals too. So
that's what it is till the end of the 7th.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the last time when we were up, it was like top 7, whatever, and I went up and I was just gonna get like 2 beers or whatever, and then like something to eat. And she's like, "No, well, it's gonna be the last call here soon." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like, "Well, how many beers can I take?" And she goes, "As many as you want." And I go, "Well, what if I say like 10?" She goes, "I'll fill 10 beers up." I'm like, "So how about like 15?" She just started filling them up, and I started bringing them back over to the table because there was like 6 or 7 of us. And I was like, "You got to be kidding me." I'm like, "They're just like you said, paying $13 for a beer."
Yeah.
You're best off doing the all you can eat and drink because you save so much money just alone from the game.
Yeah, I mean, I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but like when I did it when I was back in college, it was like $75 or $85 for all you can drink, all you can eat. Like you do that in the stadium, I mean, it's not going to take you long to rack up that money. You know what I mean? Like it's just
4 beers and you're already past $70.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was the prices that is just kind of crazy. Other cool thing is that Knox got to go down onto the field during batting practice, during Cardinals batting practice. Some nice usher there. We were at our seats during batting practice, and he's like, "Hey, you see that sign down there? They let kids go on the field and watch batting practice if you go wait in line." I'm like, "Oh, all right, let's go check it out." And he got on. And it was a pretty cool deal for him. So something he'll remember the rest of his life. I was a little jealous because I wanted to be on the field, but we'll let him have that, I guess. But
sure.
But yeah, it was good time, good experience. I would agree. Going to baseball games is a lot of fun to be at, and the other thing is cool. You can like people watch too. You know, kind of.
Oh yeah,
doing that sometimes as well.
Well, it's hard, like the NFL, and you're obviously a diehard fan like I am. I go to those games and it's like my anxiety is through the roof. Because you're number one, it's your team, but two, like you pay the money, you drive there, you're like, we're gonna win. Like I went to that last game, Steelers Titans last year on my birthday. I couldn't talk for 3 days. And I mean, I was like yelling and I was fighting with
screaming,
like fighting with some of these fans that were Titan fans. But like you get so into it, and it's like when you leave, like you're like physically and mentally exhausted from like yelling and screaming. So I mean, I love football going to it, but it's like you got to really be geared up and you got to be well rested, I should say.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I know Knox and I have been going to a Bears game the last couple of years, and we're going to continue that. So, yeah, those are always fun to be at too. But
a little family tradition.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
He's into it, so he wants to go. So I'm not gonna turn that down. So
you can't turn it down. Plus, you really can't after you got that big pay raise. So,
well,
I mean.
Well, I was looking at Bears tickets the other day, and prices of those, I'm gonna have to wait till those go down before I'm buying tickets. But
sure,
maybe wait after a couple of weeks into the season and see how they're doing and see where the tickets go. But that could be bad too, because if they're doing well, they're gonna stay high.
Yeah, they're gonna skyrocket.
Yeah. So yeah, I keep looking at that about once a week and seeing where those are at, but not doing much moving right now.
Probably not. They're probably going to stay. It'll be consistent till like that
Yeah,
first week. After that first week, there'll be a either inflation or definitely drop off.
for sure. All right, Cindy, you want to get in some rapid fire here?
Let's do it.
Do you want me to give you names for you first, or you want to shoot at me first?
I'm gonna hit you first.
All right,
You let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Rapid fire. Here we go. Brett Boone or Ray Durham?
Wow. I'm gonna go Ray Durham.
Luis Gonzalez, Lance Berkman.
I'll go Berkman.
Jason Kelsey, Olin Kreutz.
Olin Kreutz.
Ty Law, Rondé Barber.
Ty Law.
Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb.
Spud Webb.
Okay.
You want me to give you yours now? Or are we gonna talk about them?
So let's talk about yours.
Okay. Yeah.
Ray Durham.
Yeah, I went Ray Durham. I honestly I don't really remember. I mean I know Brett Boone, but I guess I don't really remember him as much as I remembered Ray Durham. I liked Ray Durham's game. Lefty, right? If
Yep.
I'm remembering correctly.
Yep.
Speedy guy, second baseman.
Yep.
I just liked his game better. I knew him better, I guess is why I picked Durham. That's the only really argument I have there.
Yeah. Both pretty equal.
Yep.
Brett Boone was on
Yep.
that, I think, 01 Mariners team when they won like 100
Yeah.
games.
Okay. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
And who'd you pick out of Luis and Lance?
I picked Berkman.
Berkman?
Yeah. Luis Gonzalez probably had more like clutch hits, and now that I think about it, because he won World Series with Diamondbacks and the Marlins, right?
Yeah, and then that Diamondbacks one was.
Yeah. He had game-winning hits in both of those World Series, I remember. But Lance Berkman, I really liked his game too. He was, could hit for power, switch hitter.
Yep.
I didn't really like the Astros when they had all those guys. Did he play with like Bagwell and Biggio toward the end of their careers?
He did later on. Yeah, he was on that World Series. I think he was on that 05 World Series team.
Oh, okay. Yeah, with
Biggio,
the Sox.
those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I like Berkman better.
He took old Olin Kreutz over Jason Kelsey, huh?
I did, yeah. I mean, Jason Kelsey's really good, but I also I don't know. Linemen are hard to rate, I think.
Sure.
And I mean, I like the Kelsey brothers. Their podcast is awesome. Jason Kelsey's funny guy. I really like him. But I don't know. People might come at me for saying this, but I think he might be a little overrated. I don't know. I mean, he's really good. He's really good. I'm not saying he's not good, so don't say I said that he wasn't good.
But listen, you can say he's not as good as he's portrayed to be. He's not.
Yeah, I agree. And Olin Kreutz was just a dude. He was nasty. He would get into people. He'd stay on blocks. He would pancake dudes. He's 20 yards down the field blocking dudes. He's just a dude.
He was a run blocker.
This is a dude you do not want to mess with. And he was a staple for the Bears for so long. And I'm going Kreutz all the way.
Sure. I like that pick. Who'd you take? Did you take Ty Law over Rondé?
Ty Law. I did. I remember Ty Law with the Patriots as part of a lot of those Super Bowls. He was just he was a good cover guy. He'd come down and make some plays in the run game too. I feel like Rondé was more of just like a cover guy.
Sure.
So I think I picked Ty Law because he's more of a complete player.
Sure.
Than Rondé.
He definitely, if you look, I wrote some stats because I was curious who you'd pick. Because my pick is Ty Law. Yeah. But Rondé had 5 Pro Bowls. So did Ty. Ty Law
Okay.
had 3 Super Bowls. Rondé had 1. Rondé had 47 interceptions. Ty had 53.
Okay.
Ty Law had 7 of those for run backs, and Rondé had 8 of those for run backs.
Oh wow.
So I mean, but I'm with you like on where he played the Ty Law. That was, obviously Brady era. He played the line of scrimmage. He could play the line of scrimmage and cover. And I don't think Rondé, like you said, he was more of just a cover guy.
Yeah.
So
Those stats are very similar, though. That's crazy.
Yeah. But think about that. Think about those eras. It was heavy on running. It was a lot of heavy running. You know what I mean? Like, or there was more balance where now it's like everything is pass, pass, pass. I mean,
Yeah, it's definitely pass first.
I mean, can you really think of anybody? I know we're kind of getting off topic, but like how many like corners now or safeties like play the run in the pass? I know they can, but you don't see like Ty Law or Ed Reed or Palomalo. You don't see it as much now because it's such a passing league.
Yeah, I mean, really, every once in a while you'll see, some safety blitzes and different things like that, but a lot of them aren't in the box to start,
No.
like those guys were. So, yeah, it is definitely a different league for sure.
And those guys could start in the box and then drop back.
Yeah.
And like you watched them go cover someone, you're like, what the hell?
Yeah, those dudes are freaks.
Yeah. Yep.
For sure.
Oh, that last one, who'd you take? Did you take Muggsy Bogues?
I took Spud Webb.
You took Spud? Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I like the little guys there. Muggsy Bogues, I remember him most with the Hornets. He's playing with like Larry Johnson, Alonzo Mourning, those guys. Spud Webb, I mean, obviously I saw Muggsy play more than Spud, but Spud Webb in that dunk contest, and I don't know. I just wanted him more than Muggsy. I don't know. Obviously don't have their stats because I didn't know who you were going to ask, but Muggsy, their stats are probably pretty similar if you have those down, I would imagine. But
I bet I didn't put any stats down.
Yeah, but I'm going Spud Webb on that.
Well, dude, when you're 5'7", you can dunk.
Yeah. Well, and crazy dunks.
Like he was getting up there. It's like this dude ain't like he was dunking like he was 6'8".
Yeah, Spud Webb was wild. Wild stuff. What was Muggsy Bogues like 5'3", right? 5'4",
5'3", dude. Yeah.
That's wild too.
Sure, because he played like Glenn Rice and like I said, Larry Johnson.
Yeah, Lonzo Mourning.
Dude, he was a
yeah. Man. That was a young Lonzo Mourning too.
Yeah, it was. Man, time flies.
All right, I'll come at you now.
Ready? Coming at me. Let's go.
Chris Sale or Mark Burley?
Mark Burley.
John Paxson or Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr.
The 1993 Bulls or the 1998 Bulls?
98.
JJ Watt or TJ Watt?
TJ Watt.
And then Justin Fields or Russell Wilson?
Justin Fields.
Dang. All right.
Oh, man, that's a good one right there.
All right. So Chris Sale, Mark Burley. I figured you'd go Burley because I know you were high on him as a Sox guy.
Yep.
And I think he won like over 100 games with the Sox. I'm pretty sure. I don't know I didn't write the stats down.
I was at his perfect game. 09.
Really?
I was there. Awesome. Yep. Call it. Yep. And because they have Mark Burley Day now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was good, dude. He threw a perfect game, and I think he threw 1 or 2 no-hitters.
That's crazy.
Pretty sure
he was good.
He was good lefty. Yep, he could
Sale was pretty good too with the Sox early in his career. But Burley was just more longevity and was more consistent. And I don't 100%. Think if I remember this right, I don't have this in front of me, but I want to say Burley never had a losing record when he was with the Sox. Is that right? Or he was always 500 or above. I don't think he ever had a losing record, but I could be wrong.
I would imagine that probably is true, at least with him pitching Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was. I mean, he had a really good changeup. He had a great changeup, and he still threw hard enough to where he could, his changeup. That perfect game, dude. It was crazy. I mean, he was like he'd be 2-0 in the seventh inning throwing a changeup for a strike. With the perfect game, he
Crazy.
had like a one count. It was a 3-1 count in like the eighth inning. He threw a changeup for a strike with the perfect game on
That's
the line.
that's confidence in your
So
changeup right there.
yeah, I always liked him. As a pitcher, like growing up, in high school too, was watching him because he didn't throw super hard, but he could spot his pitches and he changed speeds well. So
Yeah.
he
I
was,
like it. John Paxson or Steve Kerr? You went Steve Kerr there?
yeah. Well, probably just longevity and the fact that whatever year it was, he hit that game winner against the Jazz.
Yeah, I
And they
think that was
won.
98.
Was it 98?
So I think it was yeah, it was either 97 or 98, I think.
Yeah,
Because
because
they
it was
played
against
them
the Jazz,
back
so
to
it's
back.
probably
Yeah.
98.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I liked him. I mean, when you play with Michael Jordan, I think he automatically, especially in that documentary, he made every single teammate a better player
Yeah.
just by being there. So, I mean, and
Oh,
now Paxson, you could argue, they probably played, similar years together, but I don't think Paxson's role was as much as Kerr. Kerr had
yeah.
more of a
I
role,
mean,
I think.
probably. They were similar style players. They both
Sure.
were basically 3-point specialists. And Paxson hit that game winner in the 93
Against the
playoff
Suns,
with
wasn't
the
it?
Suns. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
So yeah, they both had their moments too, which is cool.
so you could probably argue they're both very, very similar.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I don't know who I would pick on that, honestly.
I don't know.
But I mean, I would probably lean toward Kerr though. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a good one. So the next one was the 93 Bulls versus the 98 Bulls.
Yeah, and I mean, Jordan's last year, and that was when they almost got beat out by the Pacers, wasn't it?
Nine. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, either 97 or 98. Yeah.
It was 98, and they went to game
Yeah.
7, and then, you know, they take care of
Well, yeah,
business.
and that 98 team was just, I mean, you had obviously Jordan, Pippen, Kukoc, Rodman,
Ron Harper.
Harper. Luke Longley was solid. He's a
Sure.
solid big guy. And then obviously Steve Kerr off the bench. Can't forget about like Bill Winnington,
No, Bill Winnington. Judd Bushler. Remember
Judd
Judd?
Bushler, yeah, Scotty Burrell.
Scotty
All those
Burrell,
guys.
dude.
Yeah,
Eh,
yeah,
Who underrated? One of the most underrated players that they don't ever talk about from the Bulls, Ron Harper.
yeah,
He was a dog on defense.
yeah. He was good, and he could score a little bit too if they
Sure.
needed it. But yeah, he could defend for sure. With him, Pippen, Jordan, and Rodman defending, it's tough.
Yeah, they were dogs.
I mean, if you look back in that era, like there were some games that were like in the 80s,
Mm-hmm.
like final scores because of how
Sure.
good that defense was. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd go 98 too for sure. On that. And then JJ Watt, TJ Watt.
I mean, different positions, but at the same time, I think TJ Watt, geez, man, he's getting better. I mean, he's getting better as he gets older, I think.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
you
they,
say prime, he's in year what, 6 going into year 7, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, he's going in year 7. I mean, I don't that playing that, what's he, inside or is he outside? I always get it mixed up. He's
I would
inside. No, he's outside.
TJ, he's outside,
Yeah,
yeah.
outside. I
Yeah.
mean, nobody can block him. He's unbelievably athletic. He can literally watch him jump up and pick the ball off, like uses vertical. I mean, yeah. And his brother again played D line, so different defensive
Yeah.
end, but he's still
Similar though. Like
sure.
TJ Watt's he's on the line a lot though, on the edge a
Sure.
lot.
Yep.
Both dudes could like shut down one side of the field though.
Yes.
I mean, really, they're just studs. But
Yep.
I would trend probably. I mean, it's hard because JJ's done playing and TJ still is playing, but um, I would once TJ's done, I would say he'd have a better career than JJ. But both very solid dudes for sure.
Sure. Absolutely.
And then the last one, I know we've talked about this on here before, but I thought it'd be funny to do is Fields, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson. I thought
Justin Fields.
you were gonna go. I thought you were gonna go Wilson.
No. I'd love to see Fields. I'd love to see him just put him in and let's roll. But I think
I would too.
I don't think they're gonna, but we'll see what
No.
happens when we get to preseason, I guess, and camp and all that stuff is done, and maybe they feel different about it. I don't know.
Yeah, hopefully he plays 51% of the snaps, so the Bears can get that 4th round pick.
Yeah, you all need that pick. Hell yeah. For sure.
So if Russell goes down or something, that's all right.
Adios, Russ.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll bring Rex Grossman out of retirement.
You don't want to do that. He wasn't even good when he played.
Hey, he was all right. Okay.
They did go to the Super Bowl with them though.
They did, and they almost won.
Yeah. All right. Should we get into tier talk here?
Yeah, finish. Yeah.
With tier talk here.
Ooh,
so our tier talk was is going to be best fictional movie athlete of all time is what we decided. So a little unique here. So Stenda, would you like to share yours or you want me to go? I wonder if we're going to have a similar list.
Hey, why don't we should we do it this way? Like I'll say one, then you say one.
Okay. That works.
We could do it that way. So it's not like give it a, so I'll just go with, I don't know. How do we do this? Cause I feel like we always pick the same people.
All right. We can alternate. That's fine.
All right. I'll go. Okay. Here's my number 3. And then you go with whoever. It's kind of a 2, but it has to be a duo. Henry Rowan Gardner and Chet Stedman.
Jeez. Rookie of the year, huh?
Rookie of the year, baby. Gary is it Boosie?
Boosie, yeah.
And then Thomas Nichols, Henry. Yeah. I mean, dude, when you're the Rocket, I mean, I just think of Roger Clemens for the Rocket, but the fact that you got like a 9-year-old kid throwing 100 miles an hour, and then remember the GM's like, so do you want to play for the Cubs? He goes, yeah, but I got to ask my mom.
Yeah.
He's got to ask his mom. It's like, okay. Yeah. So
throw the stinky cheese.
Yeah.
That's the line.
Oh man. Yeah, dude,
that's a classic movie. Classic movie.
Yep.
I did not think you were going to go there.
Oh yeah. All
right. Well, can I do my honorable mention or do I got to skip that?
No, do your honorable mention.
All right. Well, I actually have 2 for honorable mention because I couldn't decide. So I'm really going to have 5 people, I guess. But
that's all right.
I have Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. He like killed a guy in the ring, right? There was complications. So if he dies, he dies, that famous line. And then I put Ricky the Wild Thing Vaughn on there too as my honorable mention from Major League. Dude just comes in from the California Penal League and comes into the major leagues and just throws gas. Just classic stuff there. So those are my honorable mentions there.
I like.
You want me? Should I go into my 3 quick?
Now go into your third one. Yeah.
My number 3, I picked Willie Beeman.
Steamin' Willie Beeman.
Yeah, Any Given Sunday.
Yeah,
Jamie
baby.
Foxx. Love Jamie Foxx, by the way. And that's a great movie also. So, he goes from 3rd string quarterback to the star because of injuries and all that. And then of course they have the whole falling out because he's changing the plays and the coach doesn't like him, blah, blah, blah. And then it ends up being like a feel good story as most of us know. But Willie Beeman came in and just changed the team there and took him to a championship. They ended up losing, but Willie Beeman's my number 3.
They won, didn't they win?
I thought they lost the championship.
Remember, he dives
Did they
in.
not?
He dives in, dude,
Yeah,
and then the ref's
maybe.
like, touchdown.
Okay, I was thinking they lost that for some reason, but yeah, you're probably right.
Steaming
It's
Willie.
been a long time since I've seen that movie. I need to watch it again.
You can get it. Hey, you watch it for free on YouTube.
Okay.
When he's remember he's
The only
throwing up the
problem is
hole.
I probably can't watch that around Knox. It's pretty
Yeah,
probably not good for a kid,
what
but
grade's he in?
he's going to be in fourth.
I think
I
you're all
mean,
right, man.
he's heard me say some stuff, so
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just let
All
him
right.
fly.
Yeah. Who? What do you got for number 2?
I got Paul Crew,
Yeah. Okay.
longest yard,
Yep.
aka Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of like the good feel good story, the way he goes into prison and everybody hates him, and they basically want him dead, because all those inmates are pissed, that he was shaving points, and then
Yeah.
brings them all together. Like the way it plays out is super cool. A lot of good people. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Geez, who else is in there?
Isn't
Nelly.
yeah, and then like Michael Clark Duncan, the
Yep.
big guy, I think. Is in
Yep.
that.
Yeah, dude, that's a pretty good. It's just bad. It's honestly, it's a badass movie. I mean, the way it plays out
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah. Solid movie. Yeah, for sure.
So that's my number 2.
All right, my number 2. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm sure you have, but the movie He Got Game. Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen character there. Denzel Washington is his dad,
Yeah.
and he goes to jail for accidentally killing his wife in an argument that they were getting into, and she tried to separate it, and she died. He goes to jail, and then the whole plot is basically there's some bigwig from Big State University, I think it was called in the movie. They grant like a release for the dad to try to get Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen's character, to go to this college, and then he doesn't want any part of his dad, blah blah blah, and it's kind of at the end they ended up going there anyway. But he was like the number 1 basketball player in the nation, and just a great movie. So that's why Jesus Shuttlesworth is my number 2.
Well, you can't go wrong with Denzel.
No, Denzel is one of the best actors ever, for sure.
Oh yeah.
So
You got that King Kong quote.
yeah.
That's number 1. But all right. So my number 1, I think I don't know what you're gonna think about this now, but I'm going with Willie Mays Hayes.
Okay.
Also known as Wesley Snipes.
Yes, I know. Major League's such a good movie.
Dude, that movie, honestly, when I looked at him today, when you sent everything over, I'm like, I could pick all 3 from there. Like Willie Mays Hayes, the 2 things I think of was, remember, number 1, he shows up to spring training. They find out he's not even on the list, and they move his bed outside.
Yeah.
And then he gets up in his pajamas and starts racing, like when they're running like the 60-yard dash or something. And they're like, hey, keep this guy. And then remember when he's like, he gets on first base, like the first game, and he's like, I bought 50 pairs of these for every base that I steal. And he goes to steal and he slides in the second. He's like short.
And his batting gloves are like black leather gloves that he's pinning up, right?
Yeah.
And the other line is when the first baseman's like, where you going, meet? He's like, about 90 feet. It's classic.
Yeah. Oh, man. Dude, he's so funny. When he slides in the second, that first one, and the guy's like, come on. A little bit further. And he's like, and he tags him. He's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good movie. So that's my number 1.
All right. Solid. Steve Clements just said Bob Sapp. So Bob Sapp is the big dude in Longest Yard, not Michael Clark Duncan.
Yep.
Yeah. I had the wrong guy there. Michael Clark Duncan's in like the Green Mile, that movie. But
I know you're
That
talking
big
about
guy.
now.
I got those two guys mixed up. But
Yeah.
so my number one is going to be Rocky Balboa in the Rocky series, obviously. Obviously, as we all know, the great underdog story. In the first one, Rocky wasn't even like in line to fight Apollo Creed and ends up beating him, and then he ends up getting trained by him as they go through the whole series, and then he becomes like the greatest boxer ever. He started out as like helping the mafia in the inner city of Philly, and then becomes a great boxer. And those movies are just, I mean, they're obviously older, but just great movies, good feel good stories, and all those, and just can't go wrong with Rocky number one, man.
No, you can't.
Um,
I'm gonna say fire. I mean, you have a great list. You beat my list. I left some people out, but
it was hard though. There's a lot of good ones that we didn't even mention.
I know. I mean, he has one
Um,
right there, Ricky Bobby. I mean, man.
Ricky Bobby.
I
Jeez.
know, but dude,
If you're not first, you're last.
yeah. I mean, damn, Ricky Bobby.
The other, God, I wake up every morning and I piss excellence.
It's excellent. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, that was I like that category. Your list, I'd probably go I'd go like interesting. Like you went a different route. Like I didn't think you would go, but I like the list. It's a good list for sure.
I kind of figured I'd throw you off with the Henry Rowan Gardner, and
That threw me off. I didn't think you were gonna go rookie of the year there, but
that's honestly probably
nothing wrong with it.
that could be my number one. I could flip
Really.
Willie May. Yeah, I could, because that I could watch that movie over and over and over again. And yeah,
Rookie of the year.
yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's a
Jack
great movie.
Lemmon, he's like, he thanks for signing the ball. He's like, yeah, kid, don't call me Rocket because I'm not the Rocket anymore.
Yeah.
Like, okay, man, chill out, dude.
God. That was before Gary Busey got all crazy.
Yeah. He got into probably some illegal narcotics, I think.
Yeah. I think a couple different things. But yeah.
For sure.
Great list. Good work, man. Good stuff.
Yeah,
there.
another good pocket, dude. I like that. I like it when we get into, like I said, it's more of the kind of more of a broad spectrum of topics, but it's nice to.
Yeah. We just kind of flow and go, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. You got anything else you need to speak on before we close out here?
No, do you got a guest lined up for next week? No?
I can get one.
I didn't know if you did or not.
No, yeah, should be good.
All right. Well, maybe that one guy that you text tonight. We were supposed to. We lock him up.
We can lock him up for sure. All right. Well, we will be signing off here from Beyond the Scoreboard podcast. Thanks for listening. Make sure you follow our page. We will be back at it next week. See you later.
Adios.